It seems the walls are closing in on Diddy, as more celebrities come forward with chilling details. It is believed that Snoop is more than happy to see Diddy put away for good. As Diddy awaits trial in detention, the media has been rend with several leaked footages and insiders' revelations further fueling the ongoing controversy. Among the most notable is a new party footage of Sean Diddy, Snoop Dogg, and Jay-Z. Could this mean that Diddy was not alone in his crimes? And are they even bigger figures in the industry that has played against the law? Join us in this video as we reveal the shocking footage and conspiracy theories that change everything and cast a shadow over their names and legacy. Before we dive in, let's get to the genesis of Sean Diddy's trouble and the FBI raid that implicates them all. Early criminal records and fallouts with the law. In 1997, Sean Diddy Combs faced a lawsuit filed by Inga Bongo, who accused him of neglecting his responsibilities as a landlord. Although Combs denied the allegations, the lawsuit highlighted the expectations placed on him in that role. Well, April 1999 rolls around, and guess who's in trouble with the law again? This time because of a questionable scene in Nas's music video for Hate Me Now. There was a music video that appeared on MTV where Combs was hanging on a cross. Upset by this portrayal, Combs, along with two associates, confronted Steve Stout, Nas's former manager, at his office and physically mistreated him. So as a result, in June of that year, Stout sued Combs. They ended up settling out of court for $500,000, which Combs paid to Stout. Combs was originally charged with misconduct but pleaded guilty to harassment and was ordered to take anger management classes. The next year, on December 27, 1999, Combs found himself in a shooting at Club New York in Times Square. He was with his girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, and the rapper Shine. According to reports, the fight broke out because Combs had gotten into an argument with someone else at the club. This incident led to a highly publicized trial, but Combs was ultimately acquitted of all charges related to the shooting. In 2001, Combs faced further legal issues when he was arrested in Florida for driving with a suspended license. And in 2003, he was sued by a former business partner, Kirk Burroughs, who claimed that Combs held a gun to his head and forced him to sign over his share in Bad Boy Records. But this case was dropped in 2006 because the statute of limitations ran out. In 2005, Combs encountered legal trouble in the UK when British DJ Richard Dearlove, who had been using the name Diddy since 1992, filed for an injunction against him, claiming trademark infringement. This case was later settled with Combs agreeing not to use the name Diddy in the UK. The legal problems did not end there. In 2015, Combs was arrested for aggravated mistreatment following an altercation with his son's football coach at UCLA. However, they eventually dropped the charges because they didn't have enough evidence. One of his more severe altercations with Combs happened back on March 5, 2016, when hotel surveillance footage from the Intercontinental Hotel in Century City, Los Angeles, shows him beating his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. It was a clip from a video that was broadcasted on CNN in May of 2024 and was part of a much larger pattern of alleged mistreatment that was listed in Jesse Ventura's lawsuit against Puffy Combs. 2 days after the footage was released, Combs posted a public apology on Instagram and Facebook, describing his actions as inexcusable and expressing his regret. These events over a period of nearly 20 years do not paint a very pretty picture of Sean Combs' past with the law and accusations against him. What are some other allegations, and what is the new party footage of Diddy, Snoop Dogg, and Jay-Z that changes everything? Keep watching to find out. Further allegations surrounding Diddy. Cindy Ruela, who once worked as a personal chef for Sean Diddy Combs, filed a lawsuit against him in May 2017 in the Los Angeles County Superior Court. In her lawsuit, she accused Combs of various forms of misconduct, including harassment and retaliation. This case was settled for an unknown amount in February 2019. However, Combs' legal troubles continued to mount. On November 16, 2023, Cassie Ventura, a singer and former long-term girlfriend of Combs, filed a lawsuit alleging mistreatment and physical mistreatment throughout their relationship. One of the more startling allegations in Cassie's lawsuit was that Combs had her boyfriend at the time, hip-hop artist Kid Cudi, kidnapped and even had his car crushed. Amazingly enough, this suit was filed the day before Cassie and Combs settled their other disputes. Shortly after filing, she chose to drop the case. Then a week later, on November 23, 2023, Combs was sued by two more people for wrongdoing. One of these lawsuits included accusations that Combs and R&B singer Aaron Hall mistreated a woman while recording the incident in either 1990 or 1991. These charges joined the mounting number of indictments against Combs. On December 6, 2023, another woman filed a lawsuit against Combs in Manhattan District Court, claiming he had mistreated her in 2003 when she was just 17 years old. Coincidentally, on the same day these fresh charges appeared, Combs went on Twitter to vehemently refute these claims, trying to save face from all the legal battles that are piling up. In February 2024, Sean Combs faced yet another lawsuit, this time from music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones. Jones claims that Combs made him perform lewd acts with other people in the business, painting a disturbing picture of the behavior of Combs away from the spotlight. It got worse on April 4, 2024, when Combs and his son Christian were sued by former maid Grace O'Marquet. She claimed that Christian had physically mistreated her while in a yacht chartered by Combs last December 2022. This added a new dimension to the accusations, suggesting that the alleged misconduct extended beyond Combs himself to include family members. On May 23, 2024, another lawsuit came to light, filed by April Lampro, a former student at the New York Fashion Institute of Technology. Lampros accused Combs of 4 separate instances of misconduct, highlighting a troubling pattern of behavior that appeared to span decades. Another inmate in Michigan, Derek Lee Cardello Smith, also sued Combs in June 2024 for the same reason. Ironically enough, Smith won a default judgment of $100 million when Combs neglected to appear in a virtual court hearing about the case. This marked a significant legal setback for Combs, compounding his mounting legal issues. On July 3, 2024, Combs faced yet another lawsuit from former adult film actress Adria English, and she claimed that he made her do inappropriate things with guests at his annual Labor Day white parties. This claim, of course, added to the many other allegations of misconduct on his part, and sparked serious questions about his morality and character. What are the recent charges that have further complicated Diddy's case? Would he survive these multiple charges? Keep watching to find out. Mounting charges. As the case goes on. According to the Washington Post, on October 1, 2024, a group of lawyers are going to file up to 120 more lawsuits involving alleged mistreatment that took place in the 2000s and 2010s. Of the plaintiffs, 25 are children. The suit includes both male and female victims. Tony Busby, one of the attorneys involved, stated that most of the alleged incidents took place in New York State. 50% of the victims claiming to have been mistreated stated that they reported the mistreats to the police, doctors, or the FBI. Some of the victims claimed that they were given substances or paid to keep quiet. In addition to Sean Combs, other potential defendants will be named in these lawsuits. At a press conference in Houston, Busby remarked, "The names we're going to reveal once our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told will shock you. That's including the cowards and the complicit observers, those who saw this going on but didn't do anything. I'm also meaning people who participated, supported it, or provoked it. They know who they are." On October 13, 2024, Busby filed the first 6 of these lawsuits in federal court in New York. Andrew Van Arsdale of the AVA Law Group, which is working with Busby, stated that they have taken complaints against Combs from about 3,000 people, and that their firm is looking into about 100 more possible victims. In response to these developments, Erica Wolff, a member of Combs's legal team, stated in an interview with the BBC that Combs is eager to prove his innocence and clear his name in court. She emphasized that the truth will emerge based on solid evidence rather than mere speculation. Combs was arrested in September 2024 and was indicted on charges of racketeering, trafficking by force, and transportation for purposes of escorts. He is currently awaiting trial in federal custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, where he shares a cell with Sam Bankman-Fried, who is serving a 25-year sentence. Judge Arun Subramanian, during a hearing on October 10, 2024, scheduled Combs' trial to begin on May 5, 2025. The trial continues and everything is still under a microscope, and there is a lot at stake for everyone involved. Now let's go into the details of his detention awaiting trial. Sean Diddy behind bars. Sean Diddy Combs, now 54 years old, is currently incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, in Brooklyn, a facility infamous for its poor conditions and harsh atmosphere. After pleading not guilty to various mistreatment charges, Diddy finds himself in stark contrast to the luxurious mansions he once called home in Miami and Los Angeles. His legal team has been trying to keep him out of this federal facility, arguing against its deplorable living conditions and troubling reputation. The MDC has earned a chilling nickname, often referred to as Hell on Earth, due to its history of violence, inmate deaths, and dismal living standards. Over the years, many high-profile inmates have been housed there, including R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, and most recently, Sam Bankman-Fried. This reputation has become so severe that some judges have outrightly refused to send their prisoners to the MDC. Recently, Michael Cohen, a former inmate at the MDC, shared insights into the challenging conditions that Sean Diddy Combs is experiencing. Cohen described the living quarters as cramped and uncomfortable, revealing that Combs starts each day on a steel bed with only a thin mattress and no pillow, confined to a small cell measuring just 8 by 10 feet. Cohen, who was incarcerated at the MDC in 2020, explained that inmates in the special housing unit, where Combs is currently held, have even less space to move around, only 3 by 5 feet. Cohen emphasized that during his initial days in prison, many inmates were stripped of access to books or any other comforts, making the early experience particularly challenging for someone like Diddy, who is accustomed to a much different lifestyle. The stark reality of life behind bars stands in stark contrast to the lavish lifestyle Combs once enjoyed. Is Sean Diddy safe where he is, or are there reasons to be concerned, apart from the harsh and poor condition of the detention center? Let's find out. Life threats for Diddy behind bars. Amid growing concerns for Sean Diddy Combs' safety, especially in the wake of Jeffrey Epstein's death, U.S. Attorney Damon Williams has acknowledged the seriousness of these fears, emphasizing that the safety of all detainees awaiting trial is a top priority. Combs' attorney, Mark Agnifilo, has raised alarms about his client's placement in the special housing unit at the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, in Brooklyn. While this unit is designed for enhanced security, its restrictive nature complicates Combs' ability to prepare adequately for his upcoming trial. Agnifilo has sought to transfer Diddy to a jail in New Jersey, but the decision ultimately rests with the Bureau of Prisons. An ongoing investigation by the Associated Press, AP, has revealed significant issues within the Bureau of Prisons, highlighting serious problems such as inmate escapes, ongoing violence, deaths, and severe staffing shortages. These issues hinder the facility's ability to respond effectively during emergencies. Recently, there have been troubling reports of inmate mistreatment, further illustrating the Bureau's struggles to reform its troubled institutions. In July, President Joe Biden signed a law aimed at enhancing monitoring and reform efforts within the federal prison system, addressing the urgent need for changes. As concerns surrounding Diddy Combs' situation continue to rise, a troubling narrative has emerged about his living conditions. Insiders report that he has faced threats from an unidentified inmate while in prison, which has raised significant concerns for his safety. described by NBC as a hellish experience. The conditions Combs is enduring at MDC Brooklyn far exceed what one might typically associate with celebrity troubles. Prison insiders have painted a bleak picture of Combs's circumstances, describing the environment as dangerous and grim, marked by overcrowding, violence, and extremely poor living conditions. He shares the space with other notorious inmates, including the notorious substance kingpin Ghislaine Maxwell, which further complicates his situation. Several factors contribute to the threats against Combs's life. One significant issue is how inmates convicted of misconduct often face harsh treatment from their fellow prisoners. Additionally, with rumors circulating about Diddy's alleged connections to the criminal underworld, he finds himself in an exceptionally precarious position. It is possible that individuals with strong ties to organized crime have sent him clear messages to stay silent. The reasoning behind this intimidation is straightforward. Diddy has been a prominent figure in the entertainment industry for decades, amassing potentially damaging information about some of the most powerful and influential individuals in music and beyond. This reality complicates an already dangerous situation for him as he navigates life in prison. Now, what truly landed him in trouble? Was it just the allegations? Stay tuned as we find out the center of Diddy's crisis: the mysterious freak-off parties. Much of the controversy surrounding Sean Diddy Combs stems from his so-called freak-off parties. Initially, these events resembled glamorous red carpet affairs, attracting a host of celebrities, influencers, and VIP guests. However, recent allegations have painted a far more disturbing picture of what really happens at these gatherings. One of the most alarming claims comes from Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, who has stepped forward to reveal details about these parties. According to Deal, many of the women who attended these events were unknowingly given substances. He described a technique used by the perpetrators to deceive even the most cautious attendees. Many women were hesitant to drink alcohol from open containers due to safety concerns, opting instead for seemingly innocuous beverages like orange or cranberry juice, believing these options to be safe. Unfortunately, it was these very drinks that were often spiked with substances, catching the victims off guard and leaving them vulnerable. Deal's chilling account raises serious questions about the nature of these parties and the potential exploitation of those in attendance. His revelations have sparked widespread concern and speculation about the true purpose of these gatherings and how easily individuals may have been taken advantage of in such an environment. How did the government react to these implicating parties? Let's dive in. Federal raid on Diddy's homes and ongoing investigation. In March of this year, federal agents conducted unexpected raids on several properties owned by Sean Diddy Combs. At the time, the public was largely in the dark about the reasons behind these operations, only aware that they were part of an ongoing investigation. The suddenness of the raids took both Combs and onlookers by surprise, leaving many bewildered and searching for answers. As more information trickled out, reports indicated that the aftermath of the raids was chaotic, with Diddy's homes left in disarray and a multitude of questions arising about what had truly transpired. One prominent figure speaking out about the situation is Jaguar Wright, a well-known critic of the music industry. Wright has suggested that there may be deeper issues at play, indicating that Combs could be a scapegoat for more powerful individuals behind the scenes. She referred to him as the acceptable monster of the moment, arguing that while the media and public focus on Diddy, they may be overlooking a larger narrative. Wright drew parallels between Diddy's current troubles and the highly publicized legal issues faced by R. Kelly, suggesting that Diddy's downfall is a similar spectacle unfolding before the public eye. Wright made some shocking assertions about the nature of the raids themselves. She implied that the federal agents involved were not fully informed about whom they were investigating, a move she claimed was intentional to prevent any leaks that might tip off Combs or others under scrutiny. Ironically, Wright speculated that Diddy might have been aware of the impending raids regardless. She mentioned rumors that he may have utilized secret tunnels allegedly built into his homes to evade capture, or that he might have left just moments before the authorities arrived. What then has been strong evidence supporting these claims and allegations against Diddy? We'd find out in a moment. Incriminating evidence found during the raids. During the raids, authorities uncovered a significant amount of evidence that appears to bolster the accusations against Sean Diddy Combs. Among the items seized were several firearms, which raises concerns about the potential for violent activities associated with these events. However, what may prove even more critical to the case are the electronic devices that agents found. These gadgets reportedly contain photos and videos from the so-called freak-off parties that Combs allegedly hosted. The content stored on these devices is believed to include incriminating evidence of incidents involving multiple victims, which could be pivotal in demonstrating the extent of Combs' alleged misconduct and the manner in which these events were orchestrated. The discovery of such evidence suggests that the allegations against him are not merely baseless accusations, but may be backed by substantial proof. Adding to the shocking nature of these findings was the revelation that authorities found over 1,000 bottles of personal lubricant and baby oil at his properties. The sheer volume of these items implies that their presence was no accident. Rather, they were likely part of a premeditated plan for these gatherings. This finding has fueled speculation that these were not casual parties but rather meticulously organized events, suggesting a disturbing level of forethought and intention behind them. The abundance of lubricant and baby oil suggests a calculated effort to create a specific environment that would facilitate the exploitation and mistreatment of victims. The district attorney's office has painted a picture of Combs as someone who meticulously orchestrated these events, using his wealth and influence to create a setting in which he could exploit others without facing any consequences. How does this evidence implicate Snoop Dogg and Jay-Z? Stay tuned for the details. New party footage of Diddy, Snoop Dogg, and Jay-Z changes everything. In the light of the growing controversy over Sean Diddy Combs, an old interview with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg has recently surfaced. As Diddy finds himself embroiled in multiple lawsuits and investigations, shocking revelations about his extravagant parties are coming to light, leaving fans and the Hollywood community in disbelief. Amidst all this chaos, fanatics have dug up a 2000 interview on MTV's Total Request Live, where Dr. Dre talks about a home video he made with Snoop Doggy Dogg that was taken when his house was robbed. During the interview, Dre stated, "It was a video we made just for ourselves. Snoop was in it. Someone stole it out of my house, and it sure as hell isn't something that's supposed to be released to the public." Thankfully, this tape has not leaked out onto the internet, but now, with the recent scandal with Diddy making the front page, fans are wondering what kind of secrets this old tape might hold. Did they come as friends of a longtime friend, or is there more to the story? There is also a behind-the-scenes video of his 50th birthday, showing Diddy enjoying himself in the VIP section, having a great time with his mother Janice and Snoop Dogg. So as these things unfold, the questions about Diddy's lifestyle and the repercussions of these events that have occurred in the past only increase. With each new detail that comes to light, fans and critics alike are left to ponder the true nature of the relationships and events surrounding one of hip-hop's most iconic figures. What then are some of the theories that speculate about Jay-Z's involvement? Let's find out. Conspiracy theories surrounding Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Fans are going crazy with conspiracy theories that involve Jay-Z and Diddy and their supposed hidden agendas after Diddy's recent troubles. A wild conspiracy theory has been circulating on TikTok, suggesting that Jay-Z and Diddy might somehow be linked to the tragic death of singer Aaliyah. This may sound like a crazy theory, but it has sparked a lot of debate on the internet. At the same time, celebrities singing their praises to Beyoncé videos are going viral on TikTok. All this talk about celebrities going out of their way to pay tribute to Queen Bey has caused quite the controversy. As these clips gained traction, some TikTok users began to question why so many stars, from Lizzo to Lady Gaga to Britney Spears, seemed to shower Beyoncé with compliments, even during their own significant moments at award shows. This led to speculation that there could be more behind these public tributes, potentially linking Beyoncé and Jay-Z's long-standing friendship with Diddy to a secretive and powerful group within the music industry. Now, this is a theory that seems far-fetched, but it has caught a lot of attention after Diddy has likened himself to other controversial figures in entertainment in the past few weeks. Some TikTok users have speculated that Jay-Z and Beyoncé may have played a role in the untimely deaths of other high-profile celebrities, including Michael Jackson and Left Eye, in addition to Aaliyah. In one viral video, the user played J. Cole's song She Knows while highlighting the name Sean, which is Jay-Z's real name. Some believe this reference could also pertain to Diddy, and to top it all off, the song She Knows was taken off of YouTube for copyright reasons, and that just added more fuel to the fire of the conspiracy theorists. There is no substantial proof to any of these allegations, but that is what TikTok does best. It takes rumors and turns them into flat-out debates. Following Diddy's arrest, photos of Jay-Z, Aaliyah, and Diddy began circulating again on social media. DJ Academics posted a lot of these pics, and one of them is of Jay-Z holding Aaliyah's hand. This particular photo has generated a lot of speculation among users, with one person on X expressing suspicion by saying, "Don't tell me they were passing her around. This picture shows they were all involved together." Another user said, "I am waiting for the trial. I want to see the actual accusations and evidence against Diddy, but my gut tells me Jay is involved somehow." Aaliyah's former partner, Dame Dash, is also seen in many of these older photos and has already denied any inappropriate behavior with Aaliyah. He recently questioned Jay-Z's silence on the matter during an interview, voicing his concerns about the ongoing speculation. I wonder why Jay isn't speaking up about this. As much as he's hurt me financially, I'd hope that's the worst of it. I wouldn't want to hear that he's involved in anything inappropriate, Dash said. For now, Diddy has pleaded not guilty to the charges against him and plans to mount a defense in court. But as far as that goes, Jay-Z has not been linked or charged with anything regarding Diddy's case. And then there's the whole sensationalism of Shuj Knight saying that Diddy's not the only one in the current scandal. What revelations from Shuj Knight further implicate Snoop Dogg and Jay-Z? Keep watching to find out. Implications of Shuj Knight revelations. In a recent jailhouse interview, Shuj Knight, the former head of Death Row Records, shared his perspective on the current legal troubles facing Diddy. Back in the 1990s, Diddy's Bad Boy Records and Shuj Knight's Death Row Records were at the center of one of the most intense rivalries in hip-hop history. That tension can be heard in the music of the time, in songs like Notorious B.I.G.'s Who Shot Ya and Tupac Shakur's iconic diss track, Hit 'Em Up. Tragically, this rivalry was marked by violence, with Tupac being shot and assassinated in a shooting in 1996, followed just 6 months later by the assassination of Biggie Smalls in Los Angeles. To this day, Biggie's case remains unsolved. In his interview, Knight reflected on the significance of the upcoming trial for Dwayne "Keffy" Davis, who is a suspect in Tupac's death, nearly 30 years after the fact. He mentioned how heavy all this is, since Diddy, one of the music and business greats, has fallen from grace in such a short amount of time and is now being charged with racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking. Knight expressed a sense of empathy for Diddy, stating that he does not find joy in seeing another black man, particularly one with a family, facing the possibility of prison. And he kept stressing how Diddy's situation will not only affect him, but his children as well. But Knight also recognized the pain of the victims and their families in this case. Also, according to Knight, Diddy should not be the only one to be blamed for what has happened. He suggested that Diddy is being made a scapegoat and that there are other influential figures involved who played a part in the unfolding events, He even named Clive Davis, Russell Simmons, and Jimmy Iovine as some of the music industry executives who may play a role in this disturbing trend. Knight did not shy away from criticizing other big names in the music industry for their silence regarding Diddy's situation. He mentioned prominent figures like T.I., Rick Ross, Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and The Game, noting that none of them have come forward to support Diddy despite being aware of the realities surrounding him. Knight claimed that this kind of behavior has been ongoing for years and asserted that law enforcement now possesses all the evidence, including tapes that document these actions. What do you think about the new party footage, and how do you think this revelation will impact Snoop Dogg and Jay-Z? Tell us your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the next video shown on your screen to catch up on your favorite celebrity stories. See you there.